Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First up, a federal judge is threatening to hold Trump officials in contempt of court for not re-importing violent gang members. This is Judge Boasberg, the same judge that had the Supreme Court tell him his court is the wrong venue. He's like that substitute teacher who keeps assigning homework after the bell rings and the regular teacher's back. Then, Bernie Sanders and AOC hopped on a luxury private jet for their Fight the Rich tour. Apparently, by fighting the oligarchy, they mean auditioning to join it. Next, the DNC is being torn apart by the DNC. At 25 years of age, DNC Vice Chair David Hogg is targeting Democrat veteran lawmakers, proving you're never too young to start resenting the elderly. And finally, Seth Rogen's anti-Trump jokes were mysteriously cut from a science awards show. A science awards show, that's right. Seth Rogen at his science awards show is like inviting Cardi B to lecture at MIT. Loud, off-topic, and involving way too many bodily function references. Okay, let's dive in. Judge James Boasberg ruled that there is probable cause to hold the Trump administration in criminal contempt of court for allegedly violating his order to halt deportation flights to El Salvador. There's also probable cause to believe that Judge Boasberg's gavel is actually Thor's hammer that he awarded himself. Boasberg made this ruling despite the fact that the Supreme Court vacated his TRO, ruling that Trump does have authority to deport gang members if they're allowed to defend themselves in a different court. The Supreme Court found that the D.C. federal court was not the proper venue for the case to be heard. The Supreme Court basically told him, wrong court, wrong ruling, but Boasberg still acting like he has jurisdiction. It's like watching someone aggressively guard a parking spot after their car's been towed. So even after the Supreme Court found that Boasberg's court was an improper venue, Boasberg criticized Trump officials for showing willful disregard of his order that was vacated, and he said that their responses have been unsatisfactory to his improper venue that had no right to hear it in the first place. Boasberg is demanding respect for his authority, with all the self-awareness of a mall cop trying to make a citizen's arrest at the White House. Boasberg warned that he will identify those responsible and refer the case for prosecution if the administration doesn't purge the contempt. I haven't heard language that dramatic since my grandma described her juice cleanse. Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative AOC were spotted boarding a luxury private jet as part of their Fighting Oligarchy tour. That's like starting an anti-smoking campaign with a cigarette lighting ceremony. The jet, a Bombardier Challenger operated by Ventura Air Services, costs up to $15,000 an hour. The two were seen boarding the jet at Meadows Field Airport in Bakersfield, California, shortly after speaking at an event. According to newly released FEC filings, they've spent over $221,000 on private jet travel during the first quarter of 2025 alone. Apparently the plane had one of the widest cabins available. Not for comfort, just so Bernie's ego and AOC's hypocrisy could fit side by side. You know you've made it in politics when your Eat the Rich merchandise is being loaded into the cargo hold of your private jet. According to their calendars, next month they're doing a yacht tour to explain why you should ride the bus. The DNC is now going after Democrats. DNC Vice Chair David Hogg wants to spend $20 million to take down members of his own party, saying this on X. Everyone in our party says they want to start winning again, and they do, but that simply will not be possible with our current set of leaders, too many of which are asleep at the wheel, out of touch, and ineffective. David Hogg is 25 years old and is known for being a gun control activist, and his organization, Leaders We Deserve, recently unveiled plans to target incumbent House Democrats in safe seats. Is it just me, or does David Hogg look a little bit like Dylan Mulvaney without makeup? Look, I'm just saying, has anyone seen them in the same room together? A Democratic insider said that Hogg's only interested in enriching himself and amassing a following. So he mastered the Democratic leadership playbook in record time. Hogg says he's going to take down some powerful Democrats, which is bold for someone who still looks like he needs a hall pass to use the bathroom. Seth Rogen just learned that not every audience wants another dose of Trump derangement syndrome with their award shows. At the Breakthrough Prizes award show, which recognizes scientific achievement, actor Seth Rogen took jabs at President Trump and RFK Jr., but they were edited out following the live stream. Seth Rogen said this: "It's amazing that others in this room underwrote electing a man who, in the last week, single-handedly destroyed all of American science. It's amazing how much good science you can destroy with $320 million and RFK Jr. very fast." A spokesman for the award show claimed that removing Rogen's statement was one of several edits made to the show in order to meet the originally planned runtime, despite the fact that the show was not aired on any television networks and therefore wouldn't need to conform to any broadcasting schedule. Seth Rogen thinks that the Trump administration destroyed science. This from a guy whose greatest contribution to chemistry is a bong made out of pineapple and who's still probably double masking while in his car by himself. The award show finally admitted that the jokes weren't cut for time. They were cut because Seth Rogen has the intellectual capacity of an overly ambitious houseplant. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.